Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Thank you, guys. I have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. This is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go. But he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Caught over the middle. It's Rodgers. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. On third and short, the power run here. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Finds his man. It's Edwards.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
The run inside. It's Hill. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Russell from the gun on third down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He'll try to take it back. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defensive coordinator, he felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception on the first drive, great possession.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They feed him again. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on 4th down. 4th down, Simmons. Fires to the middle. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Oh, they're after him. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Russell. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Here's the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking for room to the right, it's Hardy. Tackled after a short gain, it'll be 2nd and 9. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man, it's Simmons. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got him downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They go play action with Simmons. With the catch, it's Harris. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Motion from the wideout. Here's Simmons to throw. They'll run the screen. And he is showing it all and finding ways to pick up yards. He's down to the 28. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
And guys, we got to see his first start, right? Like, get started into this, being a highly recruited high school kid, taking that next step. And I'll tell you what, Jesse, watching his tape over these last weeks and now getting into the middle of the season, later part of the season, he looks like he's the part. Can he carry this team to the next level, to a natty?
That's what people are talking about now, David, because here's the thing. Everybody knew he had the physical attributes, right? The thing that we've been really impressed with, I think, is just seeing his poise and how he's handled the pressure each and every week for a true freshman. If this keeps up, David, I think that question could get answered. I think he could take this team at least to the college football playoff, and then who knows what beyond.
We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. There's some room. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Makes the grab. It's Edwards. He breaks a tackle. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Russell on play action. Working that left side now. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. So now it's 2nd and long. Throwing Russell. Here's a heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Tries to do it himself on the draw. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. They want to get this defense on its heels. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Keelan Russell. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the fight
might have a chance. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. Under fire. Gunning for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Slips through the line. And the returner will be brought down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Russell unloads to the right. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
It's crazy in college football. There's just so many defining moments in games that you can pinpoint, and that's one right there. The offense has the lead. You're trying to add to that here at the end of the first half. In a 2-minute situation, quarterback being way too aggressive, and that's a mistake, David. Taking it pick 6 all the way to the house, that could really end up costing.
And you talk about flipping a game really, really quickly. Look how bad it was looking. Now the defense gets right back in this football game, being ready for the 2-minute drill, making a play, going down and scoring, and taking all the momentum into halftime.
Firing to the right, complete. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Throwing Russell. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? To the air, it's Russell. Got a man in the middle. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Again, it's Russell. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Keelan Russell. And here's the third interception of the night. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the number 8 team, the Louisville Cardinals.
Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Ollie, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
I did speak with the Alabama head coach at halftime. This team has found some positives with their 3-game winning streak, but right now they haven't done their job on defense. They get an opportunity now to change that, grab some momentum. We'll see how this goes to start the third quarter. I'll keep you posted on how things develop on the sidelines. Guys?
All right, Ollie. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. They'll give it to Hardy. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to Hardy. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They'll give it on the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the back. Russell. Flips it out to the back. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Making side adjustments here. Run the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Got his man to the left. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's Hill.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Under fire. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Russell will throw for it on fourth. Moves around to clear up the vision. Lets it fly. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And that one will give him the lead. Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Gives it on the option. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing Simmons. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
Rushes on him. And down he goes. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He'll take it on the return. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Tide ready to roll on offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Might be calling a hot route. Gets the back moving. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. He lets it fly. Breaks it inside the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Simmons. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Here's a give to Hardy. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. One more time, it's Hardy. Here's a little room there. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Missouri! The Tigers are back on top.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Quick release by the QB. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Finds his tight end. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They're staring down the defense and this crowd on this huge 3rd and 4. Again, it's Russell. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. Here's the pressure. Breaks into the open. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. The handoff keep working on that clock. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try it again. Got enough for the first. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
A first down for the offense. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there are still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone.
Got a little grass. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Here's Simmons to throw. Bringing the heat. Buying some time. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown time. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop it. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. I know both of these teams